Hey friends, today is November 2nd and you are here for e-learning for math, this video. And today we're actually going to look at a skill that you guys, it should be a review skill that you guys worked on last week. And so today we are going to discuss perimeter. Now let's define perimeter just to make sure that we're jogging our brains, reminding ourselves what it is perimeter actually is. Let me switch my screen. All right, so as you can see, we'll kind of cover this up. Perimeter, okay? Perimeter is the distance around the outside of a shape. And you can find the perimeter by adding together the length of all a shape's sides. So what that means is if I were to hold up this Post-it note, in order to find the perimeter, we would add up all these sides, okay? Now, if you don't have a piece of paper and a pencil handy, I want you to pause this video and go get a piece of paper and a pencil. We're gonna work through a few problems together before I send you off to do some work on finding perimeter. So go ahead and pause. And if you're still with me, welcome back. So hopefully you went and grabbed a piece of paper. And so we're going to go ahead and get started with practicing perimeter. And I'm going to walk you through a few so that you are able to do your work today. So looking at number one, go ahead and give yourself a moment. I'm going to zoom in on this. Go ahead and make yourself a rectangle. Label this 3 meters, 5 meters, and then we'll get started from there. All right. So, and again, as we discussed, finding the perimeter means finding the distance around the outside of the shape. So first of all, I see labels here for 3 meters and I see label here for 5 meters. If this side is 5 meters, what does this side have to be? Right, this also has to be 5 meters. If this side is 3 meters, what does this side have to be? Correct, also 3 meters. Now, there's a couple different ways that I know that my students like to go about adding things up. You could go long side plus long side, and then short side plus short side. So let's find it that way first. So if we do long side plus long side, that would be 5 meters plus 5 meters. And then short side plus short side plus 3 meters plus 3 meters. I know that 5 plus 5 is 10. I know that 3 plus 3 is 6. 10 plus 6 is going to be 16 meters. That's going to be the total perimeter for that first shape. Okay. Let's move on. Go ahead and make number 2 for yourself. Number 2. Ooh, there we go. Now, this shape here, I only have one label, and you can see that it says 4 feet. When you only have one label on one side, what that is telling you is that this shape is a square. And the definition of a square is that all sides are the same length. So if that's true, then a square, if this is 4 feet, then this has to be 4 feet. And if a square is all the same length, then this has to be 4 feet, and this also has to be 4 feet, right? And so I told you another way to find perimeter. Let me grab 2 more colors here. So sorry. We talked about finding in this one, we did long side plus long side and then short side plus short side. You could also take side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3 plus side 4. If you feel more comfortable making sure you get all the sides, you could add up each side one by one. So that would be 4 Make sure I add my labels here. 4 feet plus 4 feet plus 4 feet plus 4 feet. Or that to me, friends, looks like repeated addition, right? And we would be doing that 4 times. So we also could have just written 4 times 4, which would get us 16 feet for our final perimeter for number 2. Okay. Now, if you're still with me, we have one more before I send you off and on your way. And this shape is a little irregular. An irregular shape just means that not all sides are the same length. And it just has, and we also have some missing sides here. So let's talk about how we could find the perimeter of this shape. Okay. Well, I'm going to look around. I see that I'm missing a label here and I'm missing a label here. But I do see that I have one whole side here, 5 centimeters. And I see I have another whole side here of 7 centimeters. Okay. Now, when we're finding perimeter, we know that we have to add up all the sides, but we're missing sides right now. So how could we start to go about doing that? Well, I will tell you. Let's take this long side, the 7 centimeter side, okay? So we know that going back from like our previous examples, if this side is 5 meters, this side has to be 5 meters. If this side is 4 feet, this side has to be 4 feet. And that actually is also true for irregular shapes. If this side is 7 centimeters, then the other sides have to also equal 7 centimeters. So if I'm looking at this line, I see this line and this line also are across from it. So I'm going to make those a little darker. So friends, I do have this side is labeled as 2 centimeters. And I'm now trying to figure out what this side is going to be. So, and again, our total has got to be 7, because if this is 7, then these 2 lines together have to be 7. So if this is 2 centimeters, then this has to be, you're right, it has to be 5 centimeters, because 2 plus 5 equals 7 centimeters, which is also true for this side. So I see if this side is 5 centimeters, then these 2 sides opposite also have to equal what? That's right, they have to equal 5 centimeters. So here you can see I have 2 centimeters, leaving this to be 3 centimeters. Now, you could, again, take the time to add up all the sides. I know that I like to do that just to make sure I'm not missing anything. But also, if this is 7 centimeters and this is 5 centimeters, you know that we just discussed how if this side is 7, then these 2 lines have to equal 7. And if this line is 5, then these 2 lines have to equal 5. You could go back to doing 7 plus 7 plus 5 plus 5. Or you could take the time to add up all sides individually, just to make sure you didn't miss anything. So you could set up 7 plus 2 plus 5 plus 3 plus 2 plus 5. And that way you know you're not missing anything. You're still going to get the same answer. 7 plus 7 is 14, plus 10. Let me do that for you. Plus 10 is 24. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. Plus 3 is 7. Oops. See, this is why you do this, because now, oh, I forgot my last 5. This is why you do that, to make sure. 7 plus 2 is 9. Plus 5 is 14. Plus 3 is 17. Plus 2 is 19. Plus 5 is equal to 24. So you can see both ways we got the same answer. Our final answer is going to be 24, don't forget your label, centimeters. All right, let me bring it back to us. All right, friends. So we've practiced perimeter together. There is a worksheet coming home with you, so you can either do the worksheet and then bring that back. And then you can, I would also like for you to do at least one lesson on Dreambox today. Okay. Your goal is to do your perimeter worksheet and one lesson on Dreambox. And I hope you enjoyed perimeter and math today. Bye.